Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome to round number 6 of the North American Grand Prix. Monday night Formula Lotus Championship coming to you live from the Nordschleife. It's going to be 7 laps around what is probably going to be the toughest challenge of the season. Without a doubt, the toughest challenge of the season for these guys in these cars. And we have just shifted over to qualify in 25 minutes. Brad Maris is in the booth with me tonight. Brad, welcome.
Yeah, absolutely right. The toughest of the tough, the historic of the historic, and Lotus 72 days at Nordschleife. I mean, what can you say other than holy cow? Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so the guys are taking it out on track now. It's going to be, well, based on what I've seen in the qualifying times, best lap so far, it's been a sub 8-minute lap by Ronny Nunez, 7:59.7, followed by Aaron Parsons, who set an 8:07, under a second actually of Ronny Nunez's best time. So pretty stout laps for those two. But
yeah, and I had the opportunity. Sorry, Al. The opportunity to look at the server a little earlier today, and I tell you that the 7-minute lap time was not in there. So Ronny Nunez may be getting in some late laps here, trying to edge out Aaron Parsons for that lead there, the official timing.
Yeah, I was just talking to Ronnie. I know he's unfortunately suffering from some sound trouble right now, so he's trying to get that squared away before he gets back in the server here. It'd be a shame if he's unable to qualify here for this event. But, got a few guys missing here for tonight's race. I think right now we got about 18 or 19 drivers in-house. Thomas Schubeck making his debut this evening here on Monday nights, carrying 20 kilograms of ballast. And a couple guys with penalties, John Houston and Kevin Miller, who I don't know if he is here this evening, so Kevin Miller will have to serve that penalty if and when he returns. But Douglas back on track here tonight, as is Brad Maris is going to be taken to the grid. Not mistaken, Brad?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and skip qualifying here, but I might go ahead and be a grid filler for tonight. Interesting about the penalty situation you mentioned. You know, of all the penalties, we didn't have a whole bunch, but a few out there at Brands Hatch. And of course, John Houston is a standout of those that took penalties out there. So that is a tough break for that team, and not having such a solid result there at Brands Hatch, and then saddled with that no qualification penalty here tonight. John Houston, that's going to put him at the back of a very tough grid. It's going to be hard to say what we're going to see out here exactly, Al. We're either going to have a great race, or it's going to be a bit of a yawner. It could go either way. I'm going to flip a coin.
Yeah, Trisha definitely is going to be play a big role here tonight, I suspect. But a lot of these guys put in some laps here, so most of the guys should be pretty well prepared. I mean, showing up for this race without any practice time, well, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. So, take a quick look at the track map here tonight. There you have it. That is the Nordschleife, the Endurance Cup layout, and 24.5 kilometers, just over 15 miles, 160 turns. I'm not going to name them all here tonight. Be lucky if I name one of them. But
yeah, well,
it's just a monster of a track.
Oh yeah, no, it's great, and what a great addition to the season, particularly in these Lotus 72Ds. As always, your lap time and your race could very well come down to that section of the track, the last third of the track there after the carousel. If if you expect to win here, you're going to have to be good in that section, and you're going to have to be good for 7 laps worth. 1 or 2 isn't going to do it. You're going to have to be good for 7 of them.
Taking a look at some of the weight here tonight. Lotus Nieto carrying 45 kilograms of success ballast. Most we've seen so far this season. Matt Taylor with 35. Parsons has 20. And the timing here doesn't update until someone completes a lap, so it's showing only 16 drivers, but really going to show you more than that in here right now. As Parsons, making his way back out after looks like he had a run-in with some with the wall.
Yep.
So Nunez and Matt Taylor making their way through the carousel.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, Brad, what do you think in terms of tire choice here? What do you suspect these guys will be using for tires here in qualifying? The softs make it 2 laps if that's all they plan on doing? Or?
Sure. The softs will be okay for a couple laps. I think what's going to be more interesting is in the race strategy here. I don't think anybody can make it more than 3 laps for this event. So it looks like they're going to be forced to 2 stops. I mean, what, it's 120 liters.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So it's 120 liters in the tank. I think they might be able to barely make 4, but anyway, it's going to be close. The soft tires are going to be fine. I suspect that obviously they're going to be wanting to run a 4-lap stint, a 3-lap stint. It's going to have to be softs, I think. The hards just aren't going to produce the kind of lap times these guys are going to want to see. But then again, for some guys it's going to be about speed, for other guys more survival. So yeah, maybe the hards could be in play for those guys.
Lotus Nieto making his way around the track. He's got around Chris Moses and Matt Taylor. Marty with an incident. Cup it. Kurt Chandler makes his way in. Chuck Carter makes his way in as well. So some of these guys coming in late. John Wathen showing some pretty respectable lap times here in the practice leading up to this event.
Well, you aren't kidding now. Looking very sharp in there, and I think conversely, I was following around Matt Taylor a little bit out there on track, and Matt Taylor not looking terribly sharp. Didn't see a lot of laps from Matt Taylor and teammate Chris Moses actually in the week prior to this event. So I know actually Chris Moses for sure is a little light on practice out here, and it's going to be tough for guys like that. It does take a particular setup. It takes a particular driving style to get these cars around this place well.
So Lotus Nieto be the first to act here. Let's jump on board with him for a little jaunt around this track. Making his way into turn 1. This is part of the GP circuit here.
Well, these guys are going to have the opportunity to run at least 1 timed lap. If they take extra fuel, they can go ahead and get 2 timed laps in back-to-back. They may be able to get a timed lap in, get out to start another one, and have 1 more timed lap. They're going to have to be very quick about it, or else it's not going to happen.
Yeah, 25-minute qualifying session, as you see the track layout cuts in. So they're basically using half of the GP layout. Making your way onto the back straight of the GP track, leading up to the chicane. And then making the left into the Nordschleife. This track, even when we used to run GTR2, it always seemed like the second you turned into the Nordschleife, you always just get that bit more grip once you turn in. I don't know what it was or what it is, but
well, one thing's for sure, you know when you're on a different part of the circuit. There's no question about that. It's pretty announced, pretty prevalent. You know you started the green hell at that point, no doubt.
This first part of the Nordschleife, all about rhythm and not overdriving the car through here. You can really easily make a mistake and hung up on the curbing. This run down here, this very fast section. Let's see if Lewis is able to get some air coming off a little bit. The car bouncing off the rev limiter.
They do become pretty upset, these cars, and there are a couple sections, that last one in particular, where most guys are going to be having a bit of a lift and a bit of feeling out to try to make sure that front end is settled.
My favorite corners right here, this fast left-hander and heavy on the brakes. This right. So make your way down the hill.
Yeah, that braking zone is a braking zone, always prone to sucking you in a little too deep. That has not changed over any of the multiple sins I've driven. It all drives pretty much the same.
So far, pretty tidy lap here for Nieto. Moses behind him. Chris, not as much not as much time to prepare for this one in the week leading up to this event, but his practice times look pretty respectable nonetheless.
Yeah, I got down to the 09 range, 8-minute 09 range that is, so it's as respectable as one can get. I honestly think it's only been about 10 or 11 total laps, including untimed laps here for Chris Moses, so very limited practice.
Chris.
Yeah, coming now to a couple second gear corners in these particular cars. Want to get them just a lot of coast, turn in, hold a lot of momentum. A lot of bumps there. Got to get the car settled down so you can get on the gas and hopefully doesn't pull a Nicky Lauda. It's okay this time.
Very tricky right-hander coming up here. Very easy to get a little bit lost here. I confused that corner with this one coming up here.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, that last right-hander, easy to actually get it loose on the curbing on the exit of that corner. That's the problem spot there, carrying a little too much throttle too early.
So this is just a flat-out blast here, leading up to a right-hander into the carousel. Forgive me for not knowing all these corner names. Weather balloon, hot air balloon. Never noticed that before. So Nieto making his way through the carousel. Looking good through there. Chris Moses now not far behind Nieto, so it looks like Chris might have a good lap going for himself here.
Yeah, on board there with Chris. I'd say he's playing it pretty conservatively, but I suspect Luis Nieto might be as well. There aren't going to be too many guys actually which will have the opportunity, if they want, to try to come back in and then start another lap. Luis Nieto would be one of the few. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying Nunez made his way back in. I think Wathen might have had an incident. He's going back out. Matt Taylor. Looks like he is on a flyer. Matrix. Some of these guys have yet to set the time yet on their outlet. Matrix looks like he is... Where is he on track? carousel. Very fast corner here into this left-hander. Very tricky left inside corner. Can really do a curve. It can really do a number. See what this inside right as it turns to the right. Curbing is not forgiving here, especially in these cars from what I've seen watching these guys in practice.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, especially in these cars. That is absolutely key. So if you take some curbing, you have to take a lot of curbing. You better not just take like a little bit of it or else you're hosed.
Let's see, my audio looks like it just went out for some reason. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to be able to, Al. I spent some time last week trying to fix that problem, and it just wasn't happening. Had to exit.
All right, so Luis Nieto going to complete this lap. I may have to reconnect here because that's going to be bothering me. Take long, but Nieto's coming to the line. He's going to set an 8-minute flat. Wow. Moses not far behind. What's he going to do here? Chris with an 8:04.3. Wow, pretty impressive lap.
It is. Both of them.
Matt Taylor 8:07.9. So Matt Taylor way off here, but you know what, qualifying really, me personally, I've never going around here, I've never considered qualifying all that important for me personally. You know, it's just a matter of trying to get through the race and finish without having an incident. But Taylor seeing being in the championship hunt, that bonus point really important. So Grajcik sets an 8:25.9. Aaron Parsons up in the first sector by 9/10.
Yeah, I have to suspect Aaron Parsons took a reset for him just now to be running through the first sector. It looks like it's only going to be one timed lap here for Aaron Parsons.
Got to finish up this qualifying here, and then between qualifying and the race, I'll reconnect. But I'm going to be sticking with onboards here, guys.
Yeah, bummer about the audio issue. This is something that has only recently cropped up. Started noticing it, this season, I guess, Al?
Yeah, it happened to me at, I think, Interlagos. I had some issues on Thursday nights, just racing in general. But yeah, I don't know what the deal is, if it's me or if it's an issue with AC, but hopefully it gets sorted out.
No, it's not just you. I've had the issue a couple times myself. So yeah, an 8:04 by Chris Moses there, currently sitting P2. Well, that's not too shabby. Again, very limited track time here. I suspect he's probably finally got something he's a little comfortable with. And just now able to push a little bit for speed, so that's pretty good. Ooh, Ian Jolicoeur jumps up provisionally to second spot.
Wow, it was a pretty amazing time from Jolicoeur. Not sure how much work he's gotten in here. Picking up John Wathen. He's 25 minutes, quickly winding down here. Oh, Wathen running into some trouble. Might have kept it off the wall, but now Parsons up 1.5 in sector 2. Gonna come down to the wire here for Parsons. A lot of these guys haven't set a time yet, Brett.
No, yeah, well that's the issue that you run into. I mean, if you have to get your first lap in, no matter how slow it is, okay? Because some guys, they might crash both their attempts and just not have any time. You have to get a time in. So I think looking at it, Aaron Parsons actually has a reasonable shot to get to the line and take another lap if he's got fuel on board for it. He may not, but
bit of a moment there for Parsons. He recovers, but it's going to cost him some time.
Boy, it might not cost him. Probably won't cost him more than a couple seconds. He might still be in line for this, depending on what Omar Gomez does in front of him.
Yeah, he's got some traffic up ahead. Well, Gomez lets him pass.
Well, these are the guys, Luis Nieto, Aaron Parsons, Ronny Nunez. Hopefully his troubles are sorted. Don't know where he's at on track, if he's even going to be able to get a lap in.
He's out there.
These are the guys, yeah, they feel they've got a legitimate shot here at the pole, and let's not forget that comes with a bonus championship point as well. So these are the guys that are going to be pushing for that time.
Parsons really working that wheel, exiting the final corner, leading on to this massively long straight. One of my favorite parts of the track, to really relax, have a drink.
One of the few.
Check the time, check my phone, see if anybody's called. What is it going to be for Parsons here? Comes to the stripe. Might be good enough for pole. With that mistake. Nope, not going to be enough. Well, that cost him. Well, you had time to get another one in.
Doesn't have the fuel.
Lawson now on track, but I don't know. Is a flyer or not? It's way off.
I kind of doubt it. I mean, we should be seeing some sector times, shouldn't we?
Yep, Curtis Chandler on a flyer, currently in 12th. Back in the pits, Marty Uren. He's got one going. Sam Rolfe. Crossing the second split. Wow, who'd have thought that Nieto would potentially, although the session's not over yet, I think Ronny might get this in with 150 left. I think he's going to be able to cross the line here in time and start his flying lap. That'd be something.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he is going to be able to make it.
So Luis Nieto carrying 45 kilograms of ballast. Currently on provisional pole here. See where Marty is. Finishing up his lap. Ooh, Marty gets it a bit wrong there in the final chicane, but he'll get this lap done. Carrying a little too much speed there into that final chicane.
Really easy to do.
Like Nunez got it in.
Yeah. So if you're Ronny Nunez, you know that you can legitimately have a shot at this pole position. But if you fail here at any point and throw the car off track, if you push the boundaries like just a half inch too much, you could find yourself, starting this race buried in the middle of the pack. So you play conservative, you go for that pole position. I don't know.
Checkers are out.
Interesting. Some guys are looking to go with first gear through there.
Marty
in second.
Marty, even with that mistake, was good enough for 7th.
Yeah, only half the field has put in any type of lap at all, and so that's the key. You have to get one in, no matter how bad it is.
Curtis with a downshift on the straight. Ends up 12th. Ooh, just beats out Rolf by just over a 1/10 of a second.
Oh yeah.
Rowan's on a flyer here.
Yeah, I'm still on board here with Ronny Nunez. So far the lap is looking pretty tidy. Not pushing to excess, I would say.
On board with Wathen. He's got a pretty alright time going for himself. He slot in currently. Could beat out Taylor here for 5th. A lot of steering input coming from Wathen around here. Checks in. Oh, big moment for Wathen. He hangs on to it. Wow. Not anymore. That's gone. All right, Nunez even in the first sector.
Yeah, looking good so far. So again, always going to come down to that 3rd sector and the kind of chances you feel comfortable taking through there. How good the setup is, how well you've prepared.
Gup Douglas jumps up to 7th. Nice lap from Gup. Behind Jonathan Cuppen. Upper with a nice time up to 6th. All eyes on Nunez right now as most of the guys are in the pits.
Yeah.
Calderon beats out Chandler, Rolf.
Oh yeah, he does.
Qualifies up to 12th. Wathen with an 8:24. He had a good lap going. Ooh, Ronny up big in sector 2, nearly a second.
Yeah, I would say as this lap has progressed, Ronny has started to push a little bit more. He has definitely been pushing the boundaries of the track a little bit. Got to watch out for that. You You don't want to just put a tire on the curb. If you got on the curb, you want to straighten it up and you want to get out on the grass a little bit. Hold the sucker straight.
Ronny really is dynamite around this place. I mean, when he first joined up with us, I think his first race might have been at the Nordschleife or a race before, and he was just lights out. There are a few guys who really have this track nailed down. Parsons, Ronny. You're not too shabby yourself there, Brad.
Yeah, one tries. Double downshift into third. Looks like these guys have figured out how to maintain pretty good front grip on an otherwise very difficult task here in this Lotus 72B, but pretty good turn in, pretty good mid-corner grip.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive there. I mean, that exiting that second carousel, not a wiggle, nothing. I mean, that car got through there very nicely. That's so easy to lose a rear end exiting that corner, tough corner. Probably one of the toughest on the track, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I haven't had too many laps around here myself, going a little bit through some of the setup options. It's somewhat limited, but I tell you, I sure haven't figured it out.
So it looks like this is going to be a pole-setting lap here for Ronny. No doubt it's going to be dipping into the 7-minute range. Even 7:59.
Yeah, it's looking like.
To the stripe. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the time. I don't know what the deal is with this. Ever since the update, it doesn't show the qualifying times here. But I'm going to exit real quick. I don't know what did he run there, Brad?
Actually, it didn't show. The session flipped over right when he crossed the line, so we're not going to be able to tell.
All right, let me reconnect real quick here. Stand by.
I'll be back in 20 seconds.
All right, while Brad does that, I'm going to run down the championship standings here real quick here on Monday night. Matt Taylor. So after 5 rounds, Matt Taylor leading the way here with 92 points, followed by Luis Nieto in second with 89, Parsons third with 78, Nunez fourth with 76, and John Houston in your top 5 with 66. In the team championship, it's Monty Python's Racing. That's Nieto and Ronny Nunez. They got 165. Precision Motor Racing in second. Been a while since they've been outside of first place on Monday nights, but they are trailing Monty Python with 152 points. T-Brock Dan Bam, that's John Houston and Aaron Parsons, they're third with 144. And we've got a bit of a drop-off with Kung Fu Racing, Joe LaCour, and Marty Uren with 66 points, and SL Racing, Lithgow, and Doug Douglas in fifth with 56 points. So you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. So that lap by Nunez was a 7:58.9. So he improved his personal best by nearly a full second. It's a pretty stout lap there from Nunez, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose it's not too much of a surprise, but the pressure is on. You have some 8 minutes to get around this place, kind of staring pole position in the face. You know you can do it, but it's still a tough ask. Ronny getting in late, having only that one opportunity to get that lap in, but he held up to it. So nice lap for him. I think looking at the race tonight and among the championship hopefuls here you mentioned in your points rundown, I think Matt Taylor is most on the bubble here as one of the men we're going to have to watch there. Starting 6th, which is fine, but he's got those 35 kilograms. Your championship leader right now, but by a very slim 3 points over Luis Nieto, who of course is starting 2nd. So I think if you're Matt Taylor, this is a race you're going to have to make sure you finish first, regardless of anything. Even if you're only looking at a top 5. Point is, bring the car home, get it safe. For everybody else, I think keep it safe too, but also go for this win if you're one of those front 5.
All right, Brad, what do you say we run down the starting order here tonight? So,
let's do it.
Let's do it. Starting from Paul with a dynamic, outstanding lap, Ronny Nunez. Followed by his teammate Luis Nieto in 2nd. Those two locking out the front row. Ian Parsons going to start 3rd. Ian Jolicoeur starting 4th. Impressive lap by him. And Chris Moses going to start 5th.
Yeah, Matt Taylor is going to take the 6th position. Jonathan Cuppett starts 7th. Gup Douglas, I put in a nice lap for 8th. Marty Urin takes 9th. And Jonathan Watkins in 10th.
Ed Myers, 11th. Mike Rachek's going to start 12th. Sergio Calderon's going to start 13th, Kirk Chandler 14th, and Sam Ross going to start 15th.
Omar Gomez starts 16th, Brian Story takes 17th, Thomas Schubeck is in 18th, I'm going to grid 19th, Chuck Carter 20th, and John Houston did not get a lap in, Al. Houston didn't get a lap in.
Oh, he had a no call tonight, so he's going to be starting from the back of the pack.
Right.
All right, so Brad, you're racing here tonight. What is your strategy?
Stay out of everybody's way. Keep it on track. Pretty much same as usual, but didn't want to put in a lap and qualify ahead of anybody significant or anybody for that matter. So we'll keep it on track and we'll fill a grid spot and try to keep up some extra commentary when we can.
All right, well that's can't wait to see that. Remember, this is a rated G television program, so just keep that in mind.
Shouldn't be a problem.
All right, great. All right, so we got 30 seconds. And like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is definitely going to be a battle of attrition here. Who can outlast the rest of the field? Hopefully we see some great racing after the first few laps, but this may spread out a bit as the lights come on. And we're about to go green here at the Nordschleife, round number 6. And we are away. Ronny Nunez with a great start. It's going to be Nunez, Nieto, and Jolicoeur leading the field into turn 1. Parsons slotted back into 4th. Parsons taking the inside from Chris Moses, so Parsons with a nice run. Ooh. Parsons with a bit of a moment there, darting across the track. Rest of the field, Taylor heavy on the brakes. Lighting them up there, going into the cutover. The rest of the field, pretty nice start from everybody out on track. Ronny Nunez already rocketing away from the field.
Boy, those guys sure seem prepared.
Now's when things get interesting, folks.
good back here. Not a puff of smoke, not anything untoward happening.
This first sector generally can be a bit tricky for people as Matt Taylor coming under some pressure there from Jonathan Cuppett. John Watson right behind him. Ooh, and Jolie Core now getting a run on Luis Nieto. This is for second.
Wow.
Oh! Joe LaCour takes it wide. Bam! Big impact into the wall. Calderon's done. He's gone. And Joe LaCour, he's got some significant damage on that Lotus. Holy smokes. Oh! Looks like Houston now with an issue. Oh! We got a major incident here in the back. Watson looks like Gup Douglas involved. Gup Douglas gets the car turned around. But Watson really losing it and caught, looks like he caught Gup. Unfortunately got caught up in that, so. I had a feeling that might have happened. John Houston, who started from the back, has already worked his way up to 10th. Now putting the pressure on Mike Rachel.
Boy, what a great start for John. Really, he needed that.
On board with Houston, Rachel. Using all the track. Schubeck back in 18th. And his debut run here putting some pressure on Chuck Carter. Schubeck running under the weather here tonight. Not feeling so well, but didn't take part in the qualifying session. Had to get some vitamin C pills or something, but he is running here tonight. In this,
didn't sound too good, that's for sure.
Did not sound good at all, but he is running here. He's made a pass on Chuck Carter, so Schubeck up to 17th. Right, I'll be honest with you. I don't know where you are on track. The broadcast app has you hidden. So.
Oh!
I'll look for you though. As we have now, Cuppett looking to make his way around Joe LaCour, and he does the long way. Followed by Marty Uren, that's Joe LaCour's teammate.
It sounds like Ian must have substantial damage from that incident.
Yeah, this might not be too bad for him though. He could, they can only go 3 laps. He could dive in now, get serviced, and go the rest of the way. But as the field makes their way through the carousel, Ryan Story out.
Yeah, saw him have a disconnect there a little earlier. Leaving the server and coming back in. Don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Pretty tight running going on here. This is positions 10th through 6th between Greatrix, Houston, Joe LaCour, Uren, and Cuppett. Battle though, for real right now, it is Houston all over the back of Joe LaCour's injured car. Joe LaCour, no doubt, tiptoeing around this track. Cuppett with a bit of a moment there. Uren had a little Uren having a good run here earlier.
I don't know exactly where they're at on the track, but certainly have not gotten to the straightaway yet, so might be better to wait for those guys to pass them if they've got damage once they get to that long straight.
Gotta be getting frustrated here. Looks like he's got the pit. Really close battle in here between Houston and Joe LaCour. This could end in tears, but no, Houston gets by without incident. Greatrix now all over the back of Joe LaCour.
Well, if you're John Houston, you just have to be so patient. There's a lot on the line here for John Houston as well tonight. Fifth in currently our points situation.
So making our way onto the back straight for the first time. Schubeck now getting past Curtis Chandler, so Schubeck now up to 15th. Greatrix now is going to get a run on Joe LaCour, and he does. He rockets past Ian.
Yeah, no doubt that damage playing its part.
Nunez immediately setting fast lap of the race, 8:07 to start this race. So after one lap, it is Nunez out by 5 seconds over his teammate, 7 and change over Parsons, and Moses 12 seconds in Arias. This battle here between Cuppet and Uren. Uren has gotten past, but he takes it wide. Nice battle going on between these two veterans here at NAGP. And Marty. Gonna hang on to that position. Nice pass from Marty. A Thursday night play-by-play announcer. Ooh, Cuppet having a look on the inside. Houston now in the mix as well. Ooh, Brad putting some heat on Greatrix. That is for the 9th spot. Back on board with Houston. Three-way fight for 6th. Nice exit there from Houston to that chicane. And you can really tell he's got pace on these guys.
I would think so.
Ian, doesn't look like Ian has pitted, so...
No. Nope, stayed out.
Brad Maris has made his way past Ian and Greatrix and Joe LaCour. He's gotten past. He's gotten past Mike. What a tilt we have going on here early on in this race. Working lap 2 of 7.
Yeah, pretty good so far.
Here at the Nordschleife. I gotta hand it to these guys. What we've seen so far, very clean. From a couple off-track excursions. Ooh. Houston's gonna rocket past Cuppet here. Take that spot away.
Yeah, it's one thing really to race around here, getting in your practice, putting in laps, but quite another when you get in traffic and trying to push for speed in traffic. It's tough.
Take a look at the timing up front. Parsons 2 seconds off of Nato, and it looks like he may be picking up some time on Lewis. Keep an eye on that gap.
Well, Lewis has certainly had a weight disadvantage relative to Ronny, that's for sure. But Aaron Parsons not able to be making inroads by this point. Now that's a little surprising.
Yeah, you gotta Gotta thank Houston, no doubt. That no-call penalty really lit the fire under his rear as he is determined to make up a lot of spots. And he is doing a great job here, giving Marty at the moment all he can handle. He's quickly rocketed away from Cuppet. Got a 2-second gap over Cuppet already. Ooh, bit of a moment there for Houston. Guys, especially a guy like Houston, once you get in this race, battling with somebody, you just get so laser focused. It's when you're all alone with nobody around you, that's when things get interesting.
Yeah.
Personal experience, I think last season, I was driving around here, running great. And all of a sudden I was on my own. I said to myself, wow. I've been screwed up in a few laps here. And then bam! That's when the wheels fell off. Ooh, Houston gets the pass made. Marty did not push the issue. And Houston now reeling in Matt Taylor for fifth. I gotta wonder, I think Taylor might have had a problem, perhaps?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he started in the 6th position, so he was back in the grid a little bit.
I thought he had a bigger gap on Marty than he does, but may quickly fall victim to Houston.
Oh, and it looks like I've disconnected from the 8th place, I believe. My timing screwed up.
I think you did. I heard something click, so I think you're done. Chandler has pitted, so he's got one. He's been serviced already.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's fun. That's great.
Meanwhile, Cuppet has fallen back to the 11th position. Greg Myers has gotten past Gup Douglas behind him. Gup quickly reeling in Cuppet here. Gup got caught out with that first lap incident in the month and took it off into the weeds. Lost control of the car. He's clipped Gup. Innocent bystander now. Taylor. Oh, big slide from Houston. Keep in mind, Taylor carrying 35 kilograms of success ballast to Houston's 0. But it's just a matter of time here. Once they get onto this back straight, it's going to be all Houston. Get a nice run on him here. Another great three-way battle here between Watson, Gup, and Cuppet. Gup putting the heat on Cuppet and Houston. Looks like he's going to make his way past Taylor down the straight. Nunez now sets a best lap of 7:59. So Gup has made his way past Cuppet, and Watson as well has gone past Cuppet. So Cuppet must be suffering from some aero damage, and Gup has freaking just taken off from these guys. Wow, he's picked up 3 seconds down the straight. It's pretty amazing. Oh my God, what? Watson really lost it on the straight. that's possible. Ooh. Looks like Moses might have had an issue, and he comes out. Oh, as XXIX takes it around. Nearly. Well, Chris Moses has fallen back to 6th.
Cupping in for repairs.
Taylor in the pits. Uren in the pits. Cuppet in the pits. Joe LaCour now up to 5th. Houston to 4th. Chris Moses takes it off. And not sure what happened there. I'm wondering if he thought we were running the old GP circuit, the whole GP circuit. So now Moses back to 8th. So as we watch,
back to 8th.
Go ahead. So as we watch here at Parsons now running in 3rd. It's about 2 seconds off of Luis Nieto. Soon pit stops are going to be coming up for these guys, Brad. You suspect they could do three laps only?
Well, yeah, maybe they can squeeze 4. I know that I couldn't. Look, if you can make 4, you're either going to have to stop this next lap or the lap after, right? So we're going to see if the whole field comes in here on the next lap, then the questions are still out there as to whether they can make 4 laps. But if anybody can make it 4 here and not come in this lap, then we'll know.
So Schubeck comes in for service and comes out right behind Marty Uren. So those two running 14th and 15th. Cuppet with a lengthy stop. Moses has gotten past Greg Myers.
Wow. So it is Matt Taylor who has slipped back to the field, right? Or has my timing and scoring not caught up yet?
No, Matt Taylor back in 12th.
Yeah, boy.
He is coming for service. Yeah, he's coming for service.
Okay. All right. Well then, maybe not total damage done.
Thomas Schubeck running in the points here. Pretty nice run so far. Pretty clean.
Yeah.
His first run here in these Lotus. Already starting to put a bit of a gap on Thomas.
Well, it's not too surprising with the experience in the car this season Marty has over Schubeck. Schubeck's definitely just looking to make it to the end, keep it on track and see where it shakes out. Look, it is likely we're going to have, 1 or 2 retirements more to come yet, unfortunately.
Chris Moses has just made the pass on Mike Rachel, so Chris Moses back up to 6th. Myers not far off from that fight, and Chuck Douglas as well. So the field's slowly starting to split apart here. Parsons looks like he's made a mistake. He's fallen off 4 seconds to Nieto in 2nd.
Yeah, well, Nunez absolutely has jumped out to just firm control. It was hard to say. I thought Aaron Parsons was going to have a bit more in the tank than he's had. But
a moment there from Taylor. Sorry, he makes his way past Sam.
No, it's okay. Oh, another moment. Yeah. So the race will definitely change characteristics now, and it will be more like you were talking a little bit about before, driving alone. This is going to become more kind of a race against oneself. for the last almost half of this event. Frankly, we're almost there to halfway as it is. So
keep
that will be.
I was just gonna say, we're gonna keep our eye on Nunez here, see if he comes in this time round.
Yeah, it's worth keeping an eye on it. So I was very solidly getting 3.2 per lap, 32 point rather, excuse me. And boy, having to save a whole couple liters, well, that's pretty tough, even over the course of a long lap like this. So it was going to have to be a splash for me at the end.
Douglas making some headway here, starting to close up on Greg Myers. Myers starting to close up on Grayson, so we got a three-way fight rolling here for the 7th position. Ronny making his way out onto the back straight. Final straight. A pretty solid run here from Mike. I was watching him in practice, and to be honest with you, he looked a little rough out there, but gathered it together here and put together a solid race so far.
You know, more and more, I think that's what I'm seeing from Mike, is the ability to race focus, and I think his racecraft really has improved.
So yeah, Ronny
coming
into
in
the pits. Lewis in. Parsons in. Let's see what Parsons can do here, if he can make up some time.
So I gotta think it's gonna be tires for all these guys, assuming that they still can't go 4 laps. I don't think that they can, and maybe keeping the softs on, keeping this set of softs on for that last lap. They're gonna be hurting, but not unmanageable at that point.
Nunez is away. Parsons is out, and they're going to be side by side. It's going to be Parsons going to take over second spot from Nieto. Parsons took it a bit wide, gives it back. Wow, this is going to be good.
Lewis, yeah, I think you're thinking if you're Lewis, you have better speed than Parsons. So he was going to force the issue there a little bit. And Aaron made it a little easy on him.
Douglas has gotten past Greg, and they're both coming into the pits. Ooh, big slide from Lewis. Oh, so you know what? I think Moses has pitted. So he pitted on his first lap. So he is back and forth. After making a stop his first time by, I think him and Taylor on the same strategy. For some reason, not seeing Moses pop up that he's made a stop. So he's got one in the books, unless he can go 4 laps. But the battle right now. Sorry, the battle right now is the second. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
I don't have him showing us making a pit stop either, but I had to rejoin, so.
8:19, 8:08, and 8:51, so. Yeah, I don't know. I think he might have, maybe he hasn't.
Well, I mean, hey, if he can make it 4 laps, if he found a way to do that, it seems very unlikely for Chris Moses. He's pretty stunning, but if he found a way, then if he did make a mistake as a result of it, if that's why he's back there, well then That's going to solve a lot of his problems.
Oh, Parsons clearly running less wing than Nieto. As they're going to be coming up side by side. Parsons on the outside and makes the pass. Pretty risky move there. We saw what happened to Joe LaCour when he did the same thing. Tried to do the same thing on Nieto and took it into the tire barrier. Taylor back into the pits. He is.
Wow.
So, interesting turn of events here.
Well, we know Taylor came into the pits, but he's not showing up as having completed a stop either. I mean, for me, how about for you?
Yeah, he had a 10-minute lap, and now he's back in. So I'm guessing he pitted.
Huh. Well, interesting now. Can Aaron Parsons now stay out front? It looked like maybe he didn't quite have the same pace as Luis Nieto, but maybe the second stint will change things around if you're Aaron Parsons.
Yeah, he took the words out of my mouth pretty much. And you know what? If you're Parsons, you just got to buckle down. You never know. Ronny could make a mistake. Who knows?
Well, especially on this track. I mean, really anything can happen. And in these cars, some lap traffic can cause some problems. The pit entrance isn't exactly straight. You just never know. If there's only one guy in front of you for the win, well, shoot. There's only one guy that has to have trouble in front of you for you to collect that checkered flag.
Parsons' teammate, meanwhile, John Houston, looking to make a move on Chris Moses. This is for fourth. Chandler in the pits, Wolf in the pits.
Yeah, I suspect John Houston probably had pretty decent pace, but you know what? I think it was lucky he had a disconnect behind him in yours truly, because I think I was catching him a little bit there.
Wow, look at
nonetheless.
Look at that gap open up down the straight here for Parsons.
Yeah, and it's going to be frustrating for Luis Nieto. I honestly suspect Luis Nieto and typically Aaron Parsons, surely Ronny Nunez too, these guys know that they're going to really put their setup focus on that third sector. Most dangerous part of the track. Most important. Whoa! Lewis takes it really wide. And so I'm wondering how much time he can claw back here on Aaron Parsons in this third sector before they get to that big straight.
Well, Houston, no doubt running the same setup as his teammate, and he is winding in. Chris Moses down this part of the track, very high-speed section. Yeah, he picked up over a second on Nieto. That mistake might have had some, had a little bit of help to do with that time game, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
Lap times. Parsons with the second best lap of the race, 8:01.7. Nunez third with an 8:02, and John Houston fourth.
Yeah, all pretty impressive laps in the heat of battle, no question about it.
Houston can sit on the back of Moses here. Moses may be a sitting duck here down the straight coming up. Oh yeah. Looks like Houston may get by Moses here. He does. So Houston takes over that fourth position. So what a run through the field for John Houston here tonight.
Yeah, it really is impressive. And you know, I'm pretty impressed really with Chris Moses being able to hang in. I think he got a couple laps in earlier this afternoon. But obviously the veteran experience paying off for Chris Moses. Running a solid fifth. If he finishes here, I don't...
That was a huge moment for Moses.
Like I say, if he finishes here,
well, that might be his normal line.
It's going to be hard to be too disappointed.
And he picked up some time on Houston doing that. Well, meanwhile, further back. Oh, Greatrix into the wall. Just caught the end of that. Looks like his steering is a little askew as he is buried into the wall. I haven't talked about Chuck Carter, but he is now up to 10th. And having a nice run here tonight. Greatrix, I think he's done. His steering is a bit cockeyed. So it's just picking those guys up. It was Uren, Joe LaCour having at it, and not sure what happened to Greatrix, but yep, something's not right in that car.
Yeah, not at all. He looks like he may try to limp back to the pits.
That'd be a tall order. He's got like half the track left, and I think he's done. He's going to park it. Yeah, Moses, M-O-W-S-E-S. He certainly did some lawn mowing there. Oh, Moses into the pits, Brad. So, looks like
yeah,
he made it the 4 laps. I'm guessing.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, that second lap, 8:51, is hard to say. Is that a pit stop or is it not? I kind of suspect it is. Maybe he picked up some damage and said, well, I have to make that extra pit stop anyway, so why not now? And so that's what I'm going to assume.
So Moses is away. He's going to come out on his own here in fifth, excuse me. Yeah, my timing's showing him only 1 stop, so who knows, Brad? I'm assuming that the app is accurate. Well, it's showing Gup Douglas without making a stop, so I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, and Matt Taylor as well. I think Moses probably did come in for service.
So working lap 5 of 7. Gap between Nunez and Parsons, 12.4 seconds. Parsons has jumped out to a 7-second gap over Luis Nieto. Marty Uren now in the pit lane. LaCour is going to take over the 8th position. So we've got some time here. Let's run down the order. We have Nunez in first, Parsons running in second. Luis Nieto back in third. The gap is now 8 seconds between Nieto and Parsons. Houston, with probably the drive of the season, running in fourth. Moses now back in fifth. Greg Myers running in sixth. Gup Douglas, he is in the 7th position. Joe LaCour running in 8th. Marty Uren out of the pits in 9th. Followed by Jonathan Cuppett in 10th. Chuck Carter exiting the pit lane in 11th. Thomas Schubeck, he is getting serviced in 12th. That 13th as Sean Watkins just gone by for 12th. Matt Taylor languishing back at 14th. He may pick up a spot on Schubeck here. He's still getting oh no, Taylor again for a 3rd stop. I'm a little confused here, Brad.
Yeah. Maybe they're not showing up because they're having some problem with their pit app or something, and they aren't getting service.
Raytrix is still on track after his incident, and he's making his way back to the pits. I thought he was going to park it, spoke too soon. Well, you got to hand it to him.
Yeah, he's going too fast right now.
No quit in this guy.
Surprised he got up to that speed.
Sam Rolfe in 16th and Kurt Chandler back in 17th. So, closest battle on track presently, it's going to be Cuppet and Marty. Peanut checking into the chat.
Yeah, Jonathan Cuppet, of course, started up there pretty high, but had a problem early, found himself back, now worked up to the 10th spot.
Running on board with Cuppet.
And really, just a couple more laps to go here, Al. We're not too far really away from completing this event. Ronny Nunez still looking sharp. Aaron Parsons not able to make any inroads at all, but has cleared Luis Nieto a bit in second place.
Yeah, I mean that gap between Nunez and Parsons has remained pretty static. However, the gap between Parsons and Nieto really has ballooned to 10 seconds. So you got to wonder, maybe Parsons was suffering from, maybe made a mistake in that first stint, maybe suffered from a little aero damage.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, we did see him drop back precipitously there at one point, pretty dramatically and all at once, so maybe a brush with the Armco or something.
Yeah, big track, huge track today, Peanut. The biggest. Ooh, looks like, sounds like someone's having an issue with it. John Watson now running in 12th. He had a great qualifying session, but ran into some trouble early. Creeping up on his teammate, who's just ahead of him in 11th. Hand it to Gup after recovering from that incident in the first lap. Has bounced back, running in 7th. Greg Myers just ahead of him. Gup may have something for Greg in the not too distant future.
Yeah, he might. It does look like it's hard to get a lot of lap information because we run so few, but in terms of timed laps, Gup Douglas is running. Oh, God. Well,
oh boy.
Gup's task is going to become a little bit more difficult.
Well, can't say it was a broadcaster's curse. I had switched away when that happened. So maybe Gup just wanted a little more airtime. So Watson has cleared his teammate. He is now up to 12th. Ronny Nunez has just reset fast lap of the race with a 7:58.5, and I think that may be quicker than his qualifying lap.
Well, don't look now. Aaron Parsons into the 7-minute range himself.
Yeah, 7:59. Yep, just saw that come up on timing. Parsons into the pits. Nunez into the pits. So Nunez away. That was his in lap when Nunez set that time. Wow. Nieto is in. Parsons is away.
Going to give up a little bit of time there, isn't he, to Ronny Nunez on that pit cycle?
both those drivers setting their best laps on their in laps. So working lap 6. 7. Both drivers have completed stops. John Houston now into the pits. Moses has stayed out. So it's like Moses is going to come in, do one more stop.
He should be good to go. I mean, he pitted on lap 4, and he should be able to make 3 laps.
He's got this lap, which he just started, and one more. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Greg Myers in for service. Houston's out of the pits, I should say. Greg Myers is away, comes out just behind Ian Jolicoeur. Got Douglas in the pits. Marty's staying out. Talked about our leader Nunez all that much, or we haven't seen him. Let's ride along with him a little bit here.
Now all these laps in the low 08, high 59 range. 58, excuse me. So obviously the most prepared of the bunch, with the least weight. I believe he and Aaron Parsons actually carrying the same amount of weight tonight. But it's going to be, assuming they finish this way, a nice run of points here for Monty Python's Racing. John Houston, and what an effort he's had coming from the back of the grid tonight, is going to salvage some great points for that team, assuming he and teammate Aaron Parsons finish where they're at tonight. But PMR is looking to take a bit of a hit here tonight with Matt Taylor struggling in 14th.
Yeah, Taylor really coming unglued. Unfortunately for him, I mean, it's going to be a night to forget. He's going to come away with a few points. And great tricks marks it. He's done. He should come away with some points, however. Going to lose out big time. Chandler is running in 16th, and last of the running cars. Scored, missed out on the points. His point streak ended 2 races ago, but scored points last week at Brands Hatch. Whether he finishes or not at this point, he's going to be guaranteed at least a point here tonight. So that streak's going to has restarted for Curtis.
Yeah, and it seems like, for whatever reason, maybe guys are a little bit afraid of the challenge here tonight. I don't know. This is a race which I think I would pin on my calendar as wanting to start. So light turnout tonight, but really in all, the attrition hasn't been all that much. So started with, I believe, 21, lost 5 guys, but all things considered, not too shabby really, considering the nature of the track.
Ronny together, great lap, great run tonight. Cup it. Trying to get past Chuck Carter. This is going to be for 11th.
Ooh.
Yeah, a bit of a lurch there for Cuppet. Cuppet's going to rocket past Chuck and move into 10th. I'm sorry, 11th. Excuse me.
Yeah, despite some of these large gaps, still plenty of positions to be contested out there because, you know, the smallest mistake and you're suddenly losing 10 or 15 seconds a lap with that damage.
Matthew now checking into the broadcast. Hello, Matthew. Matthew's my nephew.
Nice.
My other nephew. All right, so Cuppet has cleared Chuck Carter by quite a bit. Keep an eye on Moses at the end of this lap, see if he opts to come in or not. Kind of at a loss to where he is in terms of pit cycle. But Brad suspects he's good to go. Ooh. A little bit of a moment there for him. But Brad suspects that he's good to go. I'm under the assumption that he's got at least one more stop to make, but we shall see.
Yeah, we shall find out shortly because if he can't go the distance, well, he'll have to come in this time. There's nothing for it. Yeah, taking a look back there at the Jonathan Cuppet, you're just talking about him a bit. He's actually not too far back the road, from John Wathen.
Yeah, he's
actually can't see him.
Wathen's got about 4 seconds. Oh, that time's quickly going down. Oh, Wathen.
Whoa! Wathen, big mistake on entry.
So white flag for Nunez, so he has started the last lap.
Yeah, and class of the field. I tell you something right now, Al. There's not only preparation and great driving from these guys up toward the front, but they really have found some setups which work around this place as well. Take some of the bumps out of play, be able to feel confident in the car, to be able to push for that little bit of extra speed. And I think we're seeing a lot of the other guys in the field not just having the confidence in the car.
Yeah, no, I think you're right there. Moses is good to go, so he's going to start this final lap in 4th. And, about 18 seconds up on Houston, who is in 5th. Whoa, Wathen. Cuppet has gotten around John Wathen.
Yeah, and he kind of let Chuck Carter go there, so I suspect John has picked up some smoke in front. It looks like Jonathan Cuppet now.
Cuppet's lost it. Wow.
They just don't want the position.
No, apparently they don't. So back to work for Cuppet.
Yeah, just not able to really feel confident in the car. See guys really at this point crawling around, just have not been able to settle this beast, this Lotus 72D down enough, be able to tame the beast, and catching some guys out late.
Ronny Nunez on the final lap here. He's got 16 seconds up on Aaron Parsons, 33 seconds up on his teammate Luis Nieto in 3rd. So in a class all by himself here tonight.
Well, I think if you're Aaron Parsons, this is one you kind of tuck back in the memory banks and you say, you know what? I don't want to let this guy do that to me again at this track. These are guys that race around each other and against each other quite a bit. And I tell you right now, Aaron Parsons is filing this one away, and I think he already has his sights set on revenge.
So is that true? That's the 50th anniversary of the Lauda crash today?
40th, I think he scooter corrected. But yeah, interesting.
It's unbelievable.
Dude's still going pretty strong. Which reminds me, I actually watched that movie Rush actually just a couple nights ago. Yeah, I don't know. I watched it though.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Oh, Cuppin with quite a bit of speed on Chuck Carter here. And he's going to blow past him. Wow. So that damage he took after that little spin didn't affect him all that much down the straight. Can't say the same for Chuck. The difference in speed was quite dramatic.
I don't know if these guys are going to be able to finish their entire last lap here, though, or if it's going to get timed out.
Yeah, they got 9 minutes to get it in once the leader crosses the line, so it should be okay.
Wow, excellent.
So Ronny Nunez.
Okay, good. Well then,
Taylor.
We can see this.
Whoa, Nunez coming up on some lap traffic. Somebody's off. Looks like that. Sam Rolfe with a moment. A little nervous time there for Nunez.
Yeah, there always is when you're trying to close one of these things out.
We talked about Schubeck all that much, but he is still on the lead lap, running in 14th. He may pick up a spot here on Watton, who has come in for service. Oh, Schubeck. Schubeck, that car looks like it has seen better days, but oh, he's going to bring it into the pits.
Oh, wow.
Parsons picking up a little bit of time on Nunez. Nunez may have dialed it back just a little bit here. A smart thing to do.
Yeah, just about a minute and a half away from this win. Some, I don't know, 15 corners, and it's going to be in the books here for Ronny Nunez. And kind of a sorely needed win, it has to be said, Al, given his point standing. So, took the DNF way back there at on our second event, as you may recall, and so sitting only third in this championship race at the moment is Ronny Nunez. This will go a long way toward recovery some of those points.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's been a bit of a lackluster start for Ronny. But gonna bounce back big time here tonight. It's gonna be a big night for Parsons and Nieto, as well as Nunez with Taylor's troubles here. Taylor back in 12, so he's picked up a few positions from where he was. Bit of a slide there for Nunez. No harm, no foul for him there. So onto the straight for the last time.
Well, yeah, it's worth noting before we have a few minutes left to go here with our other competitors come in, but Luis Nieto should take over this Drivers' Championship if he doesn't crash out here on his last third of a lap. But, you know, it's worth noting, as much speed as these guys have got, Ronny Nunez and Luis Nieto, still not champions, regular season single champions. So, or wait a minute, no, Luis, he didn't pick up the first one, did he?
What's that?
No, because it was Taylor. It was Matt Taylor winning that championship.
Yeah.
So it seems like these guys have been around, a long time, but really it's only been a couple, 3 seasons, and yet without the championship.
Ronny Nunez crosses the line to take the win here at the Nordschleife. Very impressive run for Ronny. Oh, and he sets fast lap right at the end of the race. Aaron Parsons going to come home in second. Oh, and Parsons sets his personal best. So much for letting off there for Ronny. Luis Nieto going to bring it home in third. So I got to wonder if this was a one-stop for Chris.
Well,
be interesting to know.
Yeah, I don't know. That 8:51 lap is indicative of a stop.
Yeah. Chris is going to bring it home here in the 4th position. So, with all being said, lack of preparation, was busy this week. Solid finish for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Great finish.
John Houston, no doubt, aside from Ronny, no doubt the driver of the night here, coming home in 5th after starting from the back. He sets his personal best there at the end. Joe LaCour. Oh, someone off pace there. That might be Rolf, but Joe LaCour is going to bring it home in 6th. Bring in our winner here. So watch these guys cross the line. Ronny Nunez, do you copy?
Hey guys.
Hey,
good evening.
Congratulations! What an amazing lap. Great to hear. Great to see that you got your problems as Joe LaCour takes it off. Great to see that you got your sound issues fixed and you were able to get that qualifying lap to start right at the closing tail end there of the session. Got that amazing qualifying lap, took pole, and then, man, it was just all you tonight. I mean, you really had a great drive there, and very impressive win.
Thank you all. Yeah, I almost didn't make it. My game didn't have any sound. I restarted the computer. At last, I just switched the audio to speakers. It kind of worked. It's not as good as using your headphones. But yeah, it did work, and at the end, I got the result that I wanted. It was really tough. It's a tough track, but I love driving around here.
Well, it was an impressive drive. I think maybe even more impressive for me was the qualifying attempt. So crossing the line just with about a half minute or so to spare of being able to start that lap, coming in and having the pressure of trying to get these audio issues sorted, but then still being able to stand up to the pressure, turn in turned out to be a pretty reasonable qualifying lap to earn the pole, and it's going to be maximum points for you tonight. And I don't have any other questions really, except to say congratulations. It was a nice win. I think that I was commenting at Aaron Parsons. If I'm Aaron Parsons, I'm thinking a little bit, well, shoot, I'm going to have something for that Ronny Nunez next time we get to this track, because Aaron's not going to like to finish second to somebody around this place. So hopefully we'll see some more battles between you guys next time you come out here. But until then, congratulations on that win tonight.
Thank you, Brad. Yeah, Parsons has been extra strong lately. He was super fast at Brands Hatch. He was super fast around here, and yeah, he's definitely going to be right.
Yeah, so coming up next week, we're going to be at the Red Bull Ring. You guys are going to be carrying a boatload of weight. Your teammate's going to pick up even more weight from, I think, the 45 he's already carrying. I mean, how have you guys
we're gonna
been managing all that weight? I mean, it doesn't look like you guys are losing all that much pace.
To be honest, I was talking about this to Luis at the beginning of the week. These cars are so powerful that adding weight, as you might add weight to the A-bars or the Formula Masters last season, it's not gonna slow you down as much. You know, 10 kilos, 20 kilos is not really much. You can still fight it out up front. And maybe 55 kilos next time around. Completely gonna be a step back, but yeah, just gonna keep trying.
Well, Ronnie, it was a very impressive run tonight. I mean, we talked about how your prowess around this track and how well you do, and it was on full display here tonight. And Parsons definitely no slouch around here, and you beat him by about 17, 18 seconds. So very, very impressive run. So we're all very impressed over here, and wish you all the luck next week at the Red Bull Ring.
I'm not gonna be able to make it there. Gonna be in Miami for a week now, and hopefully we'll get a good replacement for me to keep the fight going with PMI guys. But thank you guys for the compliments, and thank you for the broadcast week after week. It's amazing.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks then.
Okay, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Brad. Well, there you have it. What a run here tonight. That really was a pretty impressive showing from Ronnie, especially when you're dealing with all that, issues with your computer and the sound not working, and then you get all frazzled and trying to get ready for the race and to qualify. He really put it together here tonight.
Yeah, impressive run. I mean, it's kind of, he had a bit of pressure, I would say, too, figuring that he was, one of the favorites as well. So, there's not much else to say except he put his money where his mouth is. That's what I was trying to get out of. That's what I was trying to get out of my mouth. So, yeah, fun times. I'm looking forward to next week already.
All right. Well, until next week at Red Bull Ring, we're going to be at on Thursday at Spa for 400 kilometers, the Super Pole, the feature race for Spa, 400-kilometer event there Thursday night starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you guys can tune in for that. Until then, we'll be back next Monday at 9 for Red Bull Ring. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks, Brad. Tough race tonight. Sorry you got disconnected, but you'll get them next time. You get to lose weight. Put it that way. Look on the bright side. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.